Hello, everybody. Good morning here. It's in Spain. It's the 12th of January 2025. I hope you're well. This is Class A plus English. My name is Brian. We're playing Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. This is the 9th stream. Yeah, so we're getting deep into the game now. I hope you're well, and let's get started. It's Sunday morning here. The sun is shining in Spain. All is good, and I hope you are well. Let's go to Look what we got. Hey, here we are. All aboard the Orient Express. Here we are entering Arad Central. There you go. There's the Orient Express. A lot more carriages than in the game. Yay! There's loads of videos on YouTube about the Orient Express. I think they're quite cool, but it's incredibly expensive. Yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy prices. Yeah, so I don't think it's a trip I will be taking any time soon. But wow, what a journey! It seems to be now like the original Orient Express was from Istanbul to Paris, but now according to the YouTube videos, there's a lot of people kind of doing videos and stuff. It seems to be from Venice to Paris. Yay, the Orient Express, sleeping carriages. Nice, I like it. Okay, anyway, just thought we'd have a quick look at the outside. Driving into the platform. Yay! Okay, good stuff. Let's get the party started, shall we? We're going on to the game now. Let's have a look. Game. So I streamed, what, 3 days ago, I think it was? And a lot of things happened. A lot of things happened in the last episode. This is Hercule, our man, the protagonist, the hero of the story. What happened? Well, there was a backstory with Joanna Locke, who is an American detective traveling on the train. She is in pursuit of a criminal. And yeah, this game is a bit different from the other Hercule game I played because it's kind of almost like a side mission. Anyway, and in the last episode, we got punched. We got punched in the face by one of the guests. So let's have a look. What are we doing today? We have to do... I know there's a handkerchief. Okay. Yeah, Captain Arbuthnot. He was the man who punched me. Okay, there's a watch. Interrogate the suspects. Ask for missing alibis. Let's check it out. Hypotheses about the watch. What are the 3 hypotheses about Ratchet's watch? Now, Ratchet is the victim, but seemingly, maybe he wasn't the nicest of people. There's too much to explain. If this is your first time, go back and watch the previous streams to get the story, because I could be here for an hour trying to explain everything. But anyway, just really quickly, Ratchet is the victim. We found his body. He was stabbed to death, and his watch was stopped. His watch was broken, and it was stopped at 1:15 a.m. So let's have a look. The watch shows the time Ratchet was found dead. The watch shows the time it fell asleep. No, it's not that one. The watch was tampered with. Tampered, changed. To tamper with something is to touch it. The watch shows the time of the murder. The watch shows the time when the murderer fled, when he escaped. He or she. Actually, we think there's 2 murderers. There's 2 people involved. The watch was out of adjustment. So, that is possible. This is possible. This is not true. watch was wrong. The watch shows the time of the murder. Maybe it was broken during the crime, the murder. Okay, good.
Yes, there are only three possible hypotheses. The watch has been tampered with, or it is out of adjustment, or it indicates the time of the murder. I shall explore these last two possibilities before reaching any conclusions.
Is the sound okay? Hang on 1 second. Let me just check the volume. Yeah, I think the volume should be okay.
Watch is out of adjustment, it may be broken. There may also be
Oh, hang on. Click, 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 click. Here we go.
another reason related directly to Ratchet. Maybe the watch is set to another time zone.
Hercule, as always, is suspicious. So this is what we call the mind map. This is giving us the clues. Was the watch defective? Was it broken before the crystal was broken? The glass? Contradictory information? Who owns the handkerchief? Well, we're going to have to find that out in a bit. Let's go here. Okay, there's the watch. Very expensive watch. Ratchet obviously is a quite, he's traveling on the Orient Express. So, super expensive. Was the watch defective before the glass, the crystal, was broken? What is the detail that could indicate that the watch was not already stopped before the crystal was broken? What do we got? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 choices.
Think, Poirot, that is not a good answer.
Jesus, give me a chance. I'm only just starting.
I do not think that's the right answer.
I don't really understand what he wants us to do here.
The watch was not defective because the second hand is still moving.
Ah,
That's
okay.
the right answer.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so the watch wasn't defective because the big hand was still moving. Okay, good. Okay, contradictory information. If Ratchet is dead at 1:15, what information is contradictory? Someone impersonated Ratchet at 12:37. The train has been stuck in the snow since 12:30. This is true. Miss Olsen, we'll come to the characters later. She's a Swedish woman with a Welsh accent for some reason. Could someone have impersonated Ratchet?
Et voilà.
To impersonate is to pretend to be him. The watch indicates that the murder took place at 1:15, whereas, very nice for students there, whereas Ratchet's alleged murderer was already in his room at 12:37 a.m. The watch cannot indicate the time of the murder. We always presume that the murder was at 1:15, or a 1:15. Time zones. Okay, we've got the map there. Okay, we can see the journey starting in Istanbul on the right. We traveled through Bulgaria to Sofia. Belgrade, I would say. Vinkovci in Hungary. I don't think that's Hungary. I think that's Croatia or Serbia, wasn't it? Venice, Milano. In which time is Istanbul located? Well, I used to live in Istanbul, so I know this one.
Good.
In which time is the Orient Express currently located? I would suggest maybe Central European time?
Yes.
What does UTC stand for?
This theory is correct. Then the murder took place at 12:15 a.m.
An hour
I
previous.
get all the passengers to see if any of them have an alibi for this hour.
Okay, I've explained this word alibi before. Alibi meaning, um, where were you when the crime happened? You know what I mean? Oh, I was having lunch, or I was having dinner with Mr. Book, or I was having dinner with the princess, and that's their alibi. That's their reason. Let's just check why. Cross check. Examine known alibis. Let's have a look. Okay, we got the captain who just punched me in the face. His girlfriend, although he's denying it, Miss Debenham. We've got the staff, Mr. Morey and Ms. Nielsen, the chefs. And we've got the boss of the Orient Express. He's the director traveling, my friend, Monsieur Bouc. Let's go to Captain Arbuthnot. He was talking to Mr. McQueen. Ms. Debenham, she was in her carriage with Miss Olsen, the Swedish, Swelsh, I nearly said there, the Swedish lady with a Welsh accent. We've got the staff. No, the staff were drinking, weren't they? Because Mr. Morey had a very serious hangover and we had to make his special drink with the as somebody mentioned in comments, the impossible lemon. I was having a lot of trouble squeezing a lemon the other stream. They were with the bartender. Book was with the doctor. Boring him.
Right answer.
Boring him about Orient Express stories. Who owns the handkerchief? What does the watch say? Which letter is embroidered on the handkerchief? So at the scene of the crime, when we found Ratchet's body, we found some sleeping pills, we found a gun, and we found a handkerchief. Achoo! With the letter H it was.
I'm right again.
Hey.
That happens to me a lot.
Stay humble, Mr. Poirot. Okay. Handkerchief owner. According to the information collected, who could the handkerchief belong to? 7 people to be identified. So H, everybody. We're looking for the letter H. Natalia Drogomirov. Okay, John. Okay, Cyrus Hardman. Hilgard Schmidt, who is the assistant for the Russian princess Natalia. So yeah, Hilgard. Greta. Miss Andreni. Hotaru, the alcoholic Japanese chef. Hector, who was the secretary for the victim. Caroline, she was in the next cabin, she was in the next room, and she is kind of a witness to the murder. 7 people to be identified. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 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 Okay, so there's 2 people. Dr. Constantine, I don't know his name. Could it be Harry? Could it be Herbert? Could it be Hector Constantine? Miss Andreni. I don't know her first name. Has to be those 7. Nice. All right, good. Logical. And voila. Okay, hang on. Before we get the game started now, we're moving into it. Interrogate people with unknown first name. So we have Count Dr. Constantine and Countess Andreni. Interrogate people. I have to interrogate, question those who have an initial H in their first or last name. Mr. Morey, Mrs. Hubbard, Mr. McQueen, Mr. Hardman, Mrs. Schmidt, and Dr. Constantine. All right, let's get it going. The game's afoot. It's Sherlock Holmes. My next game, everybody, will be Sherlock Holmes, by the way.
I'm sorry, sir, but I must concentrate on my baking.
She's busy. So that's the chef. I've forgotten her name. Where are we? This is the storage. Anybody in here? There he is. Look. Probably
Sorry
drinking.
to bother you, Monsieur Maury. I have a question to ask you.
Please make it quick. I have a meal to prepare.
The embroidered handkerchief, sir. Oh, by the way, this game
This
is
handkerchief
set.
embroidered with an H, is it yours?
No, I've never seen it before.
So this game is set in 2023. It's an updated game. You know, when I think Hercule Poirot, I'm thinking the 1920s, like in the previous game. This game is in 2023.
I hope your investigation won't interfere with today's menu.
Okay. He has a mobile phone. He has a phone, which is a big kind of update for Hercule Poirot. So we're at the back of the station, of the train. That was the storage train. Let's keep moving, everyone. So this is the dining carriage, yeah? Got some fans on the roof. We can look out the window, can we? Any windows? So the train is snowed in. As I've said in every stream, I think it's a typical technique of Agatha Christie. For some reason, a group of people are stranded. They are stuck in a situation where they cannot escape or leave. And then there's a murder which suggests that, how can I explain it? So it suggests that somebody, one of the people, is the murderer. So in the previous game as well, it was snow in this engagement party. Here we're traveling on the Orient Express. Choo choo. We're stuck in snow somewhere in the Balkans, and there has been a.
Monsieur Foscarelli,
we can't move. We can't move, and there's been a murder.
I would like to ask you a few questions, if you allow me.
Ah, Signore Poirot, is it? I was wondering when you'd get around to me. Unfortunately, you find me on a mission of mercy.
Hello, Monsieur Poirot. Sorry, we have a small problem. The orange juicer has broken down and I can't fix it. Mr.
Oh no, not the
Foscarelli has
juicer!
kindly offered to help me.
It isn't the car engine, but I am doing my best.
Even with the two of us, we can't
I'm
manage.
doing my
Let me
best.
guess. You call upon Poirot to help.
I'd be happy to answer your questions when we finished.
So that's the Italian. He's one of the passengers. His name is Forcelli. And he's Italian, if you didn't notice there, from the very stereotypical kind of accent. This is the bartender. I think his name is Jean or something. Okay, we got a juicer. A juicer. Let's check it out. Okay, so we've got these wheels. What? Okay. So we've got to get it to move, right? Okay.
Voila, it should work correctly now.
Nice. Freshly squeezed juice for everybody on the house.
Bravo! I should stick to
Grazie,
automobiles.
grazie.
Well, now we can talk calmly. Monsieur Foscarelli, is it?
Antonio Foscarelli, delighted, Monsieur Poirot.
You have, of course, heard about Ratchet's
Terrible.
murder last night.
Oh, naturally. It is all anyone is talking about.
Right, let's have a look. Let me explain. Let's go for his alibi for the murder.
Can you tell me your movements on the night of the murder?
I went to bed right after dinner, but I slept very badly. My roommate, Mr. Masterman, had a toothache.
Right.
He moaned all night. It woke me up several times.
Hear
Moaning.
anything or notice anything unusual?
No, nothing that I can think of. I stayed in my bed all night.
Now, the Armstrong affair. This is the kind of side mission, which is the police detective, Joanna Armstrong. She's a character in the game that we discovered, but she had been drugged. And we asked her, like, you know, what are you doing? And she's been investigating. I think she's investigating the victim. So the Armstrong affair was that there was a kidnapping. A child called Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped, and the kidnappers demanded a ransom of $1 million, which the family very richly paid. But unfortunately, they killed the child.
Have you ever been to the United States?
Yes, it has been a primary market for our cars for the last 10 years.
You remember the Armstrong case?
Armstrong? The name, yes? It was a little girl, a baby, was it not?
Yes,
Mhm.
a very tragic affair. Did you know that Cassetti, the kidnapper, was actually Ratchet?
Oh, no, then he deserved to die. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, this seems to be a common opinion that Ratchet, once Hercule explains that maybe this guy Ratchet is murdered this child, everyone's like, well, then he deserved it, you know? Which probably isn't the best thing to say in a murder investigation, no?
Well, thank
Well, there you go.
Mr. Foscarelli.
I'm sorry I couldn't help more, signore. I remain at your disposal if you should need me.
Okay, good man, good man, good man. Let's have a look. All right. Oh, you're not speaking to me now? Is it telepathy? Okay, that was a bit strange. The game is glitched a minute. Hang on 1 second. Let's go here. So here's the characters really quickly. And we got Joanna Locke. She's the detective that we found. This is Book, my friend, the director. Here's the doctor, Dr. Constantine. He's from Kenya, and he has been helping the victim, Joanna, because she was drugged. This is the actual victim. This is the deceased, yeah, Samuel Ratchet. He was murdered. This is the English guy. He punched me in the last stream because he got very annoyed because I suggested him and Mary Debenham, an English teacher, they were having an affair, or their boyfriend and girlfriend. Caroline Hubbard, she's the American. She was next door. She's kind of a witness to the murder. This is the Russian princess. Rudolph Andriani, I don't really know anything about him. And this is his wife, his book. Here's the guard, Pierre Michel. The chefs, the bartender, who has telepathic powers, it seems. The grumpy Japanese chef. Cyrus Hardman, we haven't really met him yet. This is Hector. He's or he was the secretary to Ratchet, the murdered man. And here's Edward Masterman, who is also the valet of Ratchet. Then we have Hildegard, who is the assistant of the Russian princess. And finally, we have Greta Olsen, 46, Swedish nurse. She works with refugees, and she has a very, very strong Welsh accent for some reason. The other people, this is Suzanne Moreau. She was the nanny of the child. So this is the parents of the child, John and Sonia Armstrong. And this is our suspect of the kidnapping, Michael Clark, a journalist. Now, in the previous stream, Suzanne, we went to arrest her, and she had killed herself, unfortunately. She had committed suicide, which is a bit dark, really, for a Hercule Poirot game, but it's only a game, everybody. Right, there's a bit of a glitch here, isn't there? Let's talk to her.
Enchanté, mademoiselle. You are Hildegard Schmidt?
I am Errol, and you, I know, are Herr Poirot.
That's right.
May I ask you for a few minutes of your time to answer a few questions?
With pleasure, but first may I ask for your help?
Why does this not surprise me?
I don't know.
I am at your service, Fraulein.
My mistress, Princess Dragomirov, has asked me to open this traditional Matryoshka doll. There is a trinket inside she must retrieve.
Madame, in my experience, each Russian nesting doll simply pulls apart to reveal the next one inside.
Indeed. Yet try it for yourself.
As you wish.
Ah, you are a gentleman.
Thank you. Okay, it's a Russian doll, you know, there's like, they get increasingly smaller, don't they? You look at one and there's one inside it, and then there's another one inside that. What do we have to do? Is that it? That's right. Oh, hang on. Is that right? No. There you go. Alright, we're in one. What's this one? So again, we've got blue, red, purple. No. Oh. Okay. Oh. What do they want? Is that it? Hang on, let me check. Is that it? What do they want me to do? Tints. Let's have a look. Sorry, I don't know. It's Sunday morning, everybody. Purple or pink, red. Okay, pink, red. Yeah. And then what? What am I supposed to do here? Oh, Jesus. Oh, look. It's a little doll. Hello. It's a little toy.
The inscription reads,
To my dearest friend. No, that's nice.
Oh, thank you very much. This doll reminds her of her youth in Russia. It was very hard under the Soviet regime, but thanks to her strength of will, she rose to be the head of a museum of antiquities in St. Petersburg. Even though she now lives in Berlin, it is said that the Kremlin still fears her.
She must be a formidable woman indeed. You are her maid?
I am her companion. I help her in her daily tasks, and I keep her company.
Ah, forgive me. You will have heard of Ratchet's murder last night.
Yes, of course. Everyone is talking about it.
Okay, alibi time. Where were you?
Can you tell me how you occupied your time?
Where were
Just
you?
after we left Istanbul, I had tea with my roommate, Fräulein Locke. I went to dinner with the princess, and when I returned to my compartment, Fräulein Locke was already asleep. A little later, Herr Michel, the conductor, came to get me because Madame la Princesse needed my help. Her back troubles her. I massaged her for about an hour.
Do you remember the time?
I'm sorry, I do not, mein Herr.
Right, we need to pay attention to what they say. What about the handkerchief? What's her name? Hildegard.
Have you lost a handkerchief embroidered with an H, madame?
Oh, no, monsieur.
I thought perhaps
Are you
since
sure?
your first name is Hildegard.
It is not mine, I tell you. I could not afford something so nice. I have no idea who it belongs to.
My apologies, I did not mean to alarm.
Yeah, she was quite defensive there, I think.
Thank you for answering my questions, madame.
She looks quite stern, doesn't she? Quite serious. Lighten up, tell a joke. Okay, where are we? We're in first class.
Monsieur,
Oh.
I am Hercule.
I know who you are, Monsieur Poirot. What do you want?
Answers to a simple question or two.
All right, but quickly. My wife is quite ill. I would like to stay by her side.
I promise. First of all, I imagine you know about the murder.
Murder?
The Countess is terribly distressed.
Your full name?
Rodolphe Adreny,
Your home is?
Budapest.
And how
Nice.
do you come to be aboard the Orient Express?
I am a Hungarian diplomat. My family has represented our homeland since the revolution from the Soviet Union in 1956. I was on my country's business in Istanbul. Business which I cannot discuss.
And
Top
your
secret,
wife
everybody.
often accompanies you on your diplomatic missions.
Yes, and why not? Was there anything else you wanted to know?
Okay, what was his name? Andre? Well, he's Hungarian. Age? 18, 34, or is he 54? He doesn't look 54. He's not that old, eh? Profession, lawyer, driver, diplomat. He's in the How do you become a diplomat, yeah? I mean, it's a civil service, right? Yeah? I guess. You join the civil service of the country. What would be your...
My little grey cells did not let me down.
But then he said his family have been diplomats, so it's kind of like one of those jobs, you know what I mean, where you follow in your father's, I'm going to say father, don't get stressed, father's footsteps, your parents' footsteps. Where were you?
Can you tell me how you spent last night?
I was in our compartment with my wife. She went to bed early. I played a video game.
Hey, on your
Around
phone.
11 o'clock in the evening, my wife woke up and couldn't get back to sleep. She took a sleeping pill.
A
As for me, I
sleeping
went to
pill.
bed soon after that and slept straight through until morning.
They're all on sleeping pills. They're all on drugs. They're all on pills in this train. There was the murder, your man who got murdered. There was sleeping pills. The detective, but she was drugged. There was the other woman who couldn't sleep. She got a sleeping pill. That's 4 people. This is how the rich get through being rich, everybody. They're all sedated, I think, yeah? Okay, let's talk about the Daisy Armstrong being kidnapped.
Have you ever been to the United States?
I was posted to the Hungarian embassy in Washington for a year.
You knew, perhaps, the Armstrong family.
Armstrong? Armstrong. It is difficult to recall. One
He
meets
does.
so many people.
This is his wife.
It was the kidnapping of a child, a very sad affair. The culprit
Oh.
was the man on this train who called himself Ratchet, the one who was murdered last night.
Don't say it. I don't
Sounds
say
like
it.
justice finally caught up with him.
Thank you
God.
for your time. Now, I'd like to speak to your wife, if you don't mind.
It's impossible. As I told you, my wife is very ill. Thank you, and good luck with the investigation.
It's not good when everyone says, well, he deserved to die. You know what I mean? It really
The
isn't
good count
good.
does not appear to want me to talk to his wife.
I wonder why. Let's find a way to interrogate her, to question the wife. Okay. Obviously, I need to do something else. I can't just. This is Mrs. Hubbard.
Madame Hubbard, may I ask you a question or two? It won't take long.
H.
Anything I can do to help.
The handkerchief? Is it yours?
Have you misplaced a handkerchief recently?
No, I don't think so. Why?
We found a handkerchief embroidered with the letter H, so I thought it might have been yours.
I'm sorry, but it's not. It may belong to Miss Schmidt, Princess Dragomirov's lady's maid. I believe her first name is Hildegard.
There's a possibility. Anyone could be lying, of course. I thank you, madame.
He used the word there, misplaced. So misplaced is a nice word of saying lost. I misplaced my phone. Yeah, I lost my phone. Anything else? Anything else? Any drugs? Come on. Where are they? She's got them in her bag or something, I reckon. Nobody there? This is mine. This is my room, I think, yeah? Yep. This is my room. Oh, what's that? Ah! Okay, so in the game we are collecting these golden mustaches. Fantastic, magnificent golden mustaches. What's the point? Just collectibles. I don't think it helps anything.
Another golden mustache to
To treasure. Okay, we need one more of those. So we can look outside the window. We're snowed in the mountains. I think it's somewhere in Croatia, Serbia. one of those two places, and, you know, we can't move. There's no footprints of the murderer. It's definitely on the train. And this is what we're trying to find out. We're looking into it. Who's in here? Who are you? Ah, we haven't, I don't know who this person is. Let's find out.
Hello. Can I do something for you?
Hello, Monsieur Hardman, I believe. You have
H,
heard
everybody,
of
H.
the murder?
Cyrus Hartman. Yes, and the fact that there's been a murder is all over the train.
You do not seem very concerned about it, monsieur.
It's not the first murder I've run across.
American.
I had no idea the selling of toys was so dangerous. I did overhear you mention at dinner that this is your profession.
Toy salesman is a cover.
Ah,
I'm a
another
private
one.
detective, just like you, from the U.S.
He's a PI, a private investigator from the US. Another one, man. The train is full of private investigators. Well, he's definitely American. How old is he? 21, 30, 55? 30 is a bit younger, I think. I'm going to go for 55 would be my guesstimate, everyone. A guesstimate? What's a guesstimate? Well, it's a mix of a guess and an estimate. Estimation. He's a toy salesman. No, he's a private dick. God. Throw a stone and you hit a detective, everybody. All right. Let's check out some credentials, please.
I did not expect to find another detective
Another
on
one.
this train.
I just finished a job in Istanbul when I received an email from Ratchet. He hired me to protect him.
Something you failed to do.
I'm not happy about that. He'd received some threatening letters. I
Right.
was supposed to watch his back, and yeah, something I failed to do. But he seemed to think he was in more danger when he left the train.
He was traveling to Paris?
I assume so, but I'm not entirely sure.
Can anyone on this train confirm your identity?
Yeah, that McQueen kid, Ratchet's secretary.
He was supposed to watch his back, Ratchet, the guy who got murdered, yeah? So, he was supposed to protect him, support him. He had to watch your back. I might say to my friend, I have your back. I support you. But if I'm going to watch your back, I'm going to protect you. Yeah, I think you deserve a 1-star review on Private Detective. I don't know. What would be the website, yeah? privatedetective.com, yeah? 1-star review. Rubbish. I died. I was murdered. He was supposed to watch my back. He didn't. All he did was talk about toys. What's your alibi, man?
Were you on duty last night?
You bet. I kept my door open a crack and I watched all night. No one entered that car who didn't belong there.
Did you see anything in particular?
The conductor, Michel, he was there most of the time too, except for 15 minutes or so after we left Vinkovsky. He must have answered a call from Ratchet's room. Then he was absent again for a while around 1 a.m. After that, he didn't move until 5.
Okay, good.
Monsieur Hardman, have you heard of the Armstrong case?
Armstrong? The kidnapping 3 or 4 years ago? Who hasn't? Why?
Ratchet's real name was Cassetti. I have reason to believe he was the kidnapper.
What? He killed that little girl? No, I didn't know. If I had known, I wouldn't have taken the job.
All right, this is where it gets complicated, and you really need to go back and watch the previous stream, because there's a lot of explanations there. So, Michael Clark, the journalist who we found at the crime scene, we think he became Ratchet or Cassetti. His real name was Cassetti, who then was traveling with the pseudonym of Ratchet, because he's been chased for this murder. It's kind of complicated. If you go back to the previous stream, you can check it out. Okay, let's find out. So Ratchet said to me There's an interesting point there in English. Sometimes in English we use us, meaning me. You know, I'm working on my computer, and my friend says, "Hey, Brian, can I ask you a question?" And I say, "Can you give us a second, please? Yeah, can you give us a second?" Now that I'm not schizophrenic, there's only one of me. You know what I mean? But it's just something that that we use. We use us, meaning me, sometimes. Could you send us the document? Okay, origin of threats, letters that Ratchet was receiving, going, die, die, I'm going to kill you, something like that.
Did you have any idea who was behind the threatening letters?
I don't know his name, but Ratchet told me he was a small man. Dark hair.
Small man, dark
womanish
hair.
kind of voice.
Oh, thank you for your help.
What's a womanish kind of voice? Anyway, handkerchief? Sorry, do you have
Is this handkerchief embroidered with an H yours?
Look
Don't
at
look like
Hercule
the
with
kind
his
of guy who
mobile.
would use a handkerchief like that.
It's a real man, everybody. Handkerchiefs are for girls.
Thank you for answering my questions, Monsieur Ardman.
Hard
Listen,
man.
Poirot, I know I fell down on the job, but if you need help, any at all, let me know. I'd like to make it right.
Dude, I gave you a 1 star on detective.com, yeah? You're useless. What's down there? What's this? A mobile.
Oh, it has been a while since I have seen one of those.
Yeah. A BlackBerry, I think, yeah? Why is he saying that? It's been a while since I've seen a BlackBerry. What could be the point of that? I don't know. Anyway, let's have a quick think here, yeah, everybody. Let's just take a moment to pause. Hang on 1 second. So what's happened here? What have we done? So we looked at the watch. So really what you could call, that watch is a really good example of what we could call a red herring. Herring is a type of fish. Now what is a red herring? A red herring is a device typically in like whodunits, murder mystery stories. It's to send you in the wrong direction, you know? So I think this, I'm just thinking, yeah, that watch was kind of a red herring because we believed the murder was at 1:15, but in fact it wasn't because maybe it's on a different time zone, you know what I mean? Or maybe it was tampered with, maybe the killer changed the time. So that's what you would call, that would be a good definition, a good example, I mean, of what is a red herring. So we've been looking for people with the name H, asking them if it's their handkerchief. We believe we think that there's 2 people involved in the murder, right? And I think there was 11 or 12 stab wounds, but the doctor, Dr. Constantine, he said one of the stab wounds is made with the left hand, not the right hand. So we've been investigating who's writing. We were asking people to write their address and stuff. Who's right-handed and who is left-handed. What else? If you're enjoying this, please press like. If you haven't subscribed, please. Class A+, it's a very, very small channel, so it would really help me. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying the game anyway, so let's get back into it. Okay, so that was Hardman being very suspicious, a useless detective, yeah? He was on your watch, Hardman. Where are we? What's this now? Second class. Anyone else to investigate? Oh, this is first class, surely.
I am not prepared to receive anyone.
Okay, this is the princess.
Very well, madam. I'll come back later. But you will need to speak to me.
Mm-hmm. That's the Russian princess. We need to find out her name. Nobody there is Book, my old boy.
So, my friend, have you finished your investigation?
No, but I have managed to solve a few mysteries.
Okay. I stay here to watch this young lady.
The young lady being Joanne Locke, the detective. There she is. We think she was drugged. Her coffee. Is it still there? Here's Dr. Constantine.
Excuse me, Doctor. May I ask you a question?
Anything that can help the investigation, Mr. Poirot.
The embroidered handkerchief. So,
I wanted to know what your first name is, Doctor.
My name is
Harry John.
To find out if the handkerchief embroidered with an H could have been yours.
I'm a doctor, Mr. Poirot. Cloth handkerchiefs are a playground for viruses. I
Good
will not
point.
touch one.
Good point. Okay, so that's everybody with H, I think. Is it? Four out of 5. Yeah, it's the Countess. We need to talk to the Countess. We'll get out of the way. Anything going on here?
I hope your investigation is going well, Mr. Poirot.
It's very, very Swedish accent from the Welsh woman. Sorry, I mean a very Welsh accent from the Swedish woman. Here's, I've forgotten his name, the secretary.
Ah, Monsieur McQueen, may I ask you a question?
Anything I can do to help, Mr. Poirot?
The handkerchief. Get that phone out.
This handkerchief embroidered with an H. Is it yours?
No, I don't use cloth handkerchiefs.
Okay, seems genuine.
Thank you. I won't bother you anymore.
Oh, but I will. Anything else around here? Ooh, what's that? The Call of the Wild by Jack London. Ah, that's a good book. White Fang. White Fang and the Call of the Wild, yeah? Great, great stories, yeah? I really enjoyed that when I was a kid. The Call of the Wild is about a dog, isn't it? Or a wolf or something, and it's a friend of the man. Don't know, it's kind of a nice story anyway. 101. We're at the back, what's here? Oh look. Here's the Orient Express that we saw at the beginning. Choo-choo! All aboard! But unfortunately, we're stuck in snow. We're stuck. We can't move. Sorry, I'm going to be late. I'm stuck in traffic. Hi, I'm going to be late. I'm stuck on the Orient Express in snow in the mountains of the Balkans, and there has been a murder. Tell your boss that next time. To make up an excuse. If you need to come up with an excuse, you can say you're on the Orient Express, or you can just say, like, you just say, Class A. I'm on Class A English, and I'm going to be
I
late.
am not prepared to receive anyone. Come back later.
Very well, madam. I'll come back later. But you will need to speak to me.
Yeah, we'll be back with the dogs. No. I must be missing somebody. Well, we need to talk to the princess. Sorry, that's who we need to talk to. No, that's the princess. She won't talk to us. We need to speak to the Hungarian diplomat's wife. No. Where were they? Oh. Convince Count Andreni. Simply ask to speak to her, ask for his help. He seems like a nice guy.
Monsieur, if I am to catch this murderer, I
Mhm.
will need your help.
My help? I am at your service, Poirot.
You love your wife? You protect your wife? Yeah, he said, yeah.
You are obviously a devoted husband, Count Anthony.
My wife means the world to me. There were questions in Budapest about a Hungarian diplomat. marrying an American woman.
It
An
did not
American
deter
woman.
You.
I would have given up my position for her. I would think it is universal. Are you married, Mr. Poirot?
No, I fear marriage is not for me. But her condition, is it very grave?
She is suffering a bout of vertigo. You understand? The room spins.
The room spins. What did he say? Is it grave? Is it serious? We talk about people who are gravely ill, you know, very seriously ill. He said she has vertigo, so that's kind of probably a problem with the ear, I think, is it? You know, when the room is spinning, things like that. Offer my help. Yeah, Dr. Constantine is a doctor. He has
think
sleeping
Dr.
pills.
Constantine could help your wife.
There is a doctor on this train?
Yeah.
I did not know. Where is this doctor?
Constantine is just knocking out the sleeping pills, I think. Yeah, you should go get him. He's not available. Go get him. Go on. Quick, I'll time
think
you.
Dr. Constantine is in the lounge car. If not, perhaps the conductor can tell you where he is.
Very well. I will find him. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. Right, cool. We got rid of the... Oh, wow. Is that a tattoo?
Forgive me for intruding, madame. I am Hercule Poirot.
I know who you are, Mr. Poirot. I overheard you send my husband on a wild goose chase.
Your husband cares for you greatly, madame. I apologize for exploiting that fact. But the situation is urgent, and I need to ask you a few questions.
Apology accepted. I realize you must speak to everyone. This horrendous murder. It's very upsetting.
That is a beautiful music box.
Please don't touch the music box. It's a fragile family heirloom.
Your accent, is it American? Boston, perhaps?
You have a good ear, Mr. Poirot. Yes. Born and raised in what we call the Back Bay.
Are you in the diplomatic service like your husband?
No, not officially. I was still in college when I met Rudy 2 years ago. I keep myself busy handling his scheduling, travel,
A message to
appointments.
you, Rudy.
What is this saying? Behind every great man
Oh,
there is
no,
a great
Hercule,
woman.
don't
That
say
was the
that.
saying.
Right,
Today one might
good.
reverse the sentiment as well. Don't
Very
you?
good.
Of course, I stand corrected.
Yeah, man. Hercule Poirot is not, I don't know, what, woke? Is that a tattoo or is that a dress? Does she have like a kind of tribal, is she covered from neck down in a tribal tattoo? Or is that a dress or something? It looks like a tattoo, right? So she's American. She's an American woman. I risked everything for an American woman. Age 21, 39, 56. Well, she's not 56. No, she's 21. She's quite young. Designer, diplomat, professional diplomat.
I must admit I'm not right this time.
She's definitely American. She's not 39. Okay. Yeah. She said she's not a diplomat, that she's, yeah, but she sorts out all the scheduling and stuff like that. And she's got crazy kind of Maori tattoos, yeah, going on, tribal tattoos. Was it tattoos or a tattoo at that point?
That happens to me a lot.
Yeah. Okay, we're back to the handkerchief again.
A handkerchief
How are we doing?
embroidered
An hour.
with an H was found at the crime scene. By any chance, does your first name begin with an H?
No, my first name is Elena, with an E.
Elena, but there's somebody missing.
Can you tell me what you did last night?
Well, my husband and I went to dinner. Then we came back here. We went to bed around 10 o'clock. I tried to sleep, but I couldn't, because of the shaking of the train. I suffer from vertigo. I finally took a sleeping pill, and that did the
Pills,
trick.
everybody, they're all on
Did
pills.
the train's motion prevent you from sleeping?
Between midnight and 2 a.m. I know because I must have looked at my watch about 10 times.
No. What time did the train stop? The train has been snowed in. My husband and I went to dinner. Okay, that's true. We went back to our compartment. Okay. Between midnight and 2, I tried to sleep, but I couldn't because of the shaking of the train. No, 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 no. Back on the pills, yes. So I took a handful of pills, fell asleep. No, the train was stuck already before 2 o'clock and midnight. It was stuck at like 10, half 10 or something. It can't be shaking.
Come now, Countess. You are not telling me the truth.
Good.
Why do you say that?
The train had already stopped. Past perfect there, yeah. Two things are happening. The train had stopped when she said the train was shaking. It's impossible.
The train stopped at 12:30 a.m. due to snow. So there was no shaking of the train.
Right.
But
Maybe the neighbors.
you told me that it was the shaking that prevented you from sleeping.
I don't know. You're confusing me. My vertigo.
Madame, a man died last night. You can't talk nonsense just because you're sick. You are hiding something from me.
Your freaky tattoos aren't going to get you out of
I
this.
didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to find my husband.
That was unkind, I know, but my strategy worked. I can now inspect this room in peace.
The old fox, he's up to something. It was all a trick, because we know Hercule, with his magnificent moustache, is a gentleman, and he would never have done that deliberately. Oh, look what I found. Look what I can see. Guess what, everybody? That's right. It's Pharmacy 3000. They're all addicted to these things. Take a pill before going to sleep. Take a pill when you wake up. Take a pill before you drive your car. They're all on these tablets.
These must be the sleeping pills that Countess Andreni took last night.
Do you think that's how the rich sleep every night, because of their guilt? What's this? Okay, it's a jewelry thing. So we got some earrings. There's a necklace. Any guns? Any guns? Looking good, Hercule. Looking good, my friend. The Great Gatsby. F. Scott Fitzgerald. All right, so we're going kind of a classic American literature here after the Jack London book. It's a music box, right? So she said this was a heirloom, Herloom, heirloom, which is like, you know, handed down through the family. Something maybe it's valuable. Could be a painting or something like that, or a music box, and you know, I don't know. Mother gives it to daughter, daughter gives it to her children. It's passed down. Anything else?
There seems to be something missing here.
All those dots. Another one here, yeah.
It's closed.
That's a leaf. Bird.
It's closed.
So what could it be? What is that?
It's closed.
try this again. Bird, flower, leaf. Bird, leaf, flower. Flower, leaf, bird. Oh. B. What are they? Tablets? Sleeping tablets? More of them? What is that? Sun, moon, musical note, star, planet. Oh, it's a handle, yeah? So this is a music box. This is going to play the music. Okay, you can see the ballerina there at the top. That's the music. Music below. Star, planet. An atom thing. Oh, I know that. Yeah. No. Look, that's it. That's the code. So it's what? 3, 2, 3, 1. Three, 2, 3, 1, wasn't it? Three, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. Three, 2, 3, 1. Hey! Correct. Planet, atom, sun. Planet, atom thing. Look, music, star. Music, star. Bah! Fantastic. All right. What is this? It's a brooch. I think is what you'd call this, no? It's a brooch, I think.
An engraving written in, I believe, Russian Cyrillic.
Ooh.
It looks like a first name. An engraving. For my beautiful young ladies,
Helena
and Sonia. Helena with an H.
Elaine. Wait, what?
It's Countess Andreni with an older girl.
Helena.
Poirot! Have you no shame?
Not particularly. Who's this?
Monsieur,
I am afraid shame is not a very helpful emotion for a detective trying to get at the truth.
True.
What are you doing in our compartment?
I am investigating a murder, Count Andreni.
My wife is ill.
My apologies, monsieur, but your wife seemed in perfect health when she left the room to find you. I do apologize, but I needed to search your compartment.
You will regret this, Poirot.
Please, Count. You aren't going to challenge me to a duel, are you? Countess, I'm afraid I took the liberty of inspecting your little music box.
How dare you?
The message in the medallion was addressed to you and Sonia. Sonia Armstrong, your older sister.
The mother.
The mother of Daisy, the murdered child.
Andrew and Sonia Armstrong.
I am a Hungarian diplomat. You have no official standing here. You have no right to search.
No, Rudolph. Let me speak. It's useless to deny what this gentleman says. I'm Helena Goldenberg, the sister of Sonia Armstrong, and Daisy was my niece.
My niece.
The music box is a gift from my sister's godmother, a very close friend to my mother. We hid the truth from you when we learned that the man killed last night was the person who destroyed my family. I panicked. I didn't want to be accused.
That is also why you lied about the H in your
Helena.
Exactly. Your ferreting about looking for the H is obviously part of your investigation.
If I found a handkerchief in Monsieur Ratchet's room embroidered with an H, I might suspect you had been there.
A handkerchief? I don't have any handkerchiefs embroidered with my initial. To be honest, that sounds awfully old-fashioned to me.
I give you my word of honor that last night, Helena never left her compartment. My wife is telling you the truth, Poirot.
I hope so. I'll let you rest. The matter of the H on the handkerchief still needs clearing up. But first I should check the inscription on the back of the medallion.
He said ferreting around. A ferret is an animal, kind of like a stoat or a weasel, yeah? Is this my room? No. Let's go and think. You could do it. There's no shower in my room. So this is something I discovered about the Orient Express. If you want to have a shower in your room, it's like super, super expensive. Really, really, really expensive. And for the people who are like traveling in second class, no chance. You have a wash basin. That's all you get. All right, translation. Translation of the engraving of the brooch. Use Poirot's knowledge of Russian, oh Jesus, to translate this engraving. Okay. So we've got the bottom, it's the alphabet, yeah, the kind of English alphabet, and then at the top it's the Cyrillic Russian alphabet. How the hell am I supposed to do this? Oh, look. The name H. It looks like a kind of upside down G. A, B, C, D, E. We'll go for that. Next one looks like a kind of a cross, a Christian cross. Does anybody speak Russian? Help me out here. Anybody in chat? Natalia. I think everyone in Russia is called some sort of variation of Natasha, Natalia, or like Tatiana. That's my experience. Sasha. My name is Sasha. It must be Natalia.
I do not think that's the right answer.
Huh? H-A-T-A. Natalia. No, it's an R. Yep, that's it.
Natalia. Would it be Natalia Dragomirov? She is the only Russian passenger on the train. In addition, her first name begins with an H in Cyrillic. That's the right answer.
Magnificent! Princess Dragomov is Daisy's godmother. Yeah, we all know the film The Godfather. Well, we also have a godmother. Thanks to the medallion I found in Countess Adreni's music box, I was able to discover that Mrs. Dragomov is Daisy's godmother. So Daisy is the murdered child. This is getting interesting, everybody. Although kind of complicated. So if you haven't, if this is your first time watching it, you need to go back to the previous streams to get the backstory, yeah, because it would take me all day to explain. We need to talk to Mrs. Dragomov, or should I say Natalia? Time to interrogate Princess Natalia Dragomov. She appears to be a formidable lady. All right, bring the dogs. Release the hounds. Which way is it? This way? No, it's that way, isn't it? Is it? No. No, wrong way. Where is she? Helena Andreni. Okay. 107. 107, 204, 203. Okay. We've done a lot of walking here, everybody. Up and down, like yo-yo. Like a yo-yo, up and down. Here she is. Don't make me kick in the door. Your final warning.
I am not prepared to receive anyone. Come
Jesus,
back later.
no, not
I'm sorry,
again.
madam, but a man has been murdered. I must ask you a few questions.
You must have misunderstood me.
Good.
I cannot speak to you just now.
Madam,
Put your foot down,
I
Hercule.
know that Sonia Armstrong is your goddaughter.
Ooh. Okay.
Come in, please.
Please forgive my intrusion, madame, but I really must ask you some questions.
Then ask. I'll answer if it pleases me.
We have not been properly introduced, yet I have observed her a couple of times, so I can already deduce some things about her.
Okay, what do we know? She's definitely not German. She is Russian. She's definitely not 26. So look, she looks quite eccentric, doesn't she? She's got kind of coloured hair and beads and stuff. Yeah, she looks quite funky. 51? 85? I'm going to go 85, but she looks very well for 85 years old, huh? Politics. Now, is she a politician? Is she the director of the opera? Or is she the director of a museum? She is a director of a museum of antiquities. Magnificent!
Et voilà.
Okay, I'll take a well done. Medium rare. Character menu updated. Oh, alibi.
I will first ask you about last night. Will you tell me your movements?
I went to bed just after dinner. I read until 11, then tried to sleep. Later I woke.
What caused you to awaken?
I suffered from back pain, a consequence of old age interfering with an active life. I called Schmidt around 12:45 a.m.
That's
to give me a
Hildegard.
massage. She did so until I fell asleep.
How long was she with you?
A good hour, I would say.
I see.
That is what Hildegard said. She said she went and massaged her for about an hour. So that does correlate. The handkerchief?
The first initial of your first name,
Natalia.
in the Cyrillic alphabet, looks exactly like the letter H in the Latin alphabet.
Latin
I'm
alphabet,
Russian,
okay.
Monsieur Poirot. And I was the head of a museum of antiquities in St. Petersburg for decades, until I moved to Berlin recently. I'm familiar with Cyrillic.
This handkerchief is yours, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. I lost it.
She admits
It was
it.
found in Monsieur Ratchet's room. Can you explain to me why Madame Schmidt didn't identify the handkerchief? She must
She
have
did
known
look
it was
nervous.
yours.
Possibly to protect me. She is very loyal.
Hmm.
Your next question will be, how did my handkerchief come to be lying by a murdered man's body? My
Exactly.
reply to that is that I have no idea.
That is not an answer, madame.
It is all I am able to give you.
Okay, these two are locking horns, aren't they? The Armstrong case.
I must tell you, Princess Dragomirov,
Mm-hmm.
I have discovered something astonishing.
And that is?
You are Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
You make that sound like a revelation. I have never hidden the fact, monsieur.
You knew Colonel Armstrong well, then?
I knew him slightly, but his wife, Sonia Armstrong, was my goddaughter. I was on terms of friendship with her mother, the actress Linda Arden. Linda Arden was a genius, one of the greatest tragic actresses in the world. I was not only
Her
an
mother.
admirer of her art, I was a personal friend.
Well, but this links you to the Armstrong kidnapping case. Helena Andreni is the sister of Sonia Armstrong, the late mother of Daisy Armstrong, kidnapped and killed by the man who was murdered on this train, Ratchet.
Indeed. Was it he? Then justice has at last been served.
Allow me to
Again?
summarize.
Do I have a choice?
First coincidence, I shall call it. You are close to the Armstrong family, and the presumed assassin of Daisy Armstrong was killed while you were on board the same train.
It is
Second coincidence. Your handkerchief happens to be found at the foot of the victim's bed. Third
True.
coincidence. One of the stab wounds inflicted on the body was by a left-handed person. You are left-handed.
Everybody, it's looking serious for the princess, isn't it? Yeah. The evidence is mounting. Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's Sonia there. So that she is Sonia's godmother, yeah?
That is a lot of
A lot.
coincidences, Princess.
Natalia.
Well, Monsieur Poirot, call it fate. If you report to the police your coincidences, they will laugh. A woman of my age and frailty has violently murdered a man?
Yeah.
With how many potential witnesses who saw me doddering along the corridor in the
The
middle
red
of the
kimono.
night like Lady Macbeth?
You are right, Princess. You could not work alone, which means you have one or more accomplices. And it is only a matter of time before I find out who they are.
I would appreciate it if you would remove yourself from my room and take your fantasies with you.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, I've already been punched in the face today, so I'm not looking for any more of that. I'm not looking for trouble. Privyat. What does Privyat mean? That's her bird, the minor bird, wasn't it? Yeah, that she wanted to take on board. Hang on. Let's find out what that means. Firefox. What does Privyat mean? What do you think it means? Anybody? Hello? Go away? It's not a correct Russian word. The closest similar word is privet, which means hello or hi. Okay. So the minor bird is saying hello to us, yeah? Who's a pretty boy then? Alright, let's get back to it. God, there's a lot happening here, yeah? Jesus, it's hard to keep up. But the princess seems very, very strong, formidable, as Hercule said, yeah? I would tend to agree with him. She's a tough cookie. She's going to be a hard nut to crack in this case. Okay, Andreni was with Mr. Andreni, yeah? The princess was with Miss Schmidt. Forcelli was with Mr. Masterman with the toothache, moaning all out. Oh! And Hardman was watching with Michel. It's quite straightforward.
That was easy.
Thank you. Book!
Oh, Poirot, you're there. She hasn't moved, but she seems to be waking up little by little.
Oh.
What about you? Your investigation progresses?
I find myself helping everyone with their problems before they can help me with mine. I have shifted boxes, helped with hangovers, repaired an orange juicer, unlocked some Russian dolls, all so my investigation can proceed.
Don't forget the dessert recipe.
How can I?
Truly, the labors of Hercules.
My friend, I would rather clean out the Orient stables. Yet, I have managed to solve a few mysteries.
Oh, tell me everything.
The Orient stables. A stable is where a horse is kept, yeah? It's like a horse house. You know, you keep horses in the stables. The Orient stables, I think, was one of the tasks of Hercules, wasn't it? That he had to clean out a stable. He had to clean a stable out. One of his tasks. It was like super dirty. What did he do? He used a river or something. Explain. He Orient stables. I don't know if it's spelling it right. It was one of the tasks, the trials of Hercules, and then I think it was so bad he had to move a river. The Orient stable. Oh, hang on, I need to change this for you, don't I? You see, I always forget. I used to always forget to do that. Look at me, I'm learning. I'm learning, everybody. The Orient stables were an enormous set of stables owned by King Augeas of Elis in ancient Greek mythology. Stables were renowned for their immense size and overwhelming amount of filth that had been accumulated. He's the wealthiest man in Greece. He has 3,000 cattle. They hadn't been cleaned for 30 years. The Orient stables gained fame as the focus of Hercules' fifth labor, his fifth task assigned to him. The task required Hercules to clean the entire stables in a single day, a feat that seemed insurmountable given their condition. I think he moved a river. His solution, he diverted the rivers. He created openings in the stable walls. The rushing water flushed out all the accumulated filth. The clever solution allowed Hercules to complete the seemingly impossible task within the given time frame. The term Augean stables has since become a metaphor for any extremely difficult or unpleasant task, particularly one involving cleaning or reforming a corrupt system. The phrase an Augean task is often used to describe a challenge that seems insurmountable, impossible, or requires significant effort to overcome. So Hercule said that he would have preferred to clean the Augean staples. Stables. Yeah. All right, cool. Bit of Greek mythology for everybody there. Let's check in. Yeah, let's touch base with Book and inform him. Keep him up to date. We're going to check in, tell him what's been happening.
The embroidered handkerchief belongs to Princess Dragomirov. I also found out that she was Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
Right.
The same train with the little girl's murderer?
Exactly. Also, Elena Andreni is the younger sister of Sonia Armstrong.
Oh my
Daisy's
God!
mother.
OMG, everybody!
To the Armstrong case?
Yes, Luke. What are the odds, do you think? I cannot see either woman stabbing Ratchet over and over again in a frenzy. And they apparently have alibis.
Yeah, the handkerchief is a bit crazy, isn't it? A lot of coincidences. The broken watch.
I had 3 theories concerning the broken watch. It could have been tampered with. It could have been out of adjustment before the murder. Or, of course, it could indicate the actual time of the murder. The only hypothesis I could rule out was that the watch was out of adjustment. For the others, they are impossible to verify. So the watch is of little use to the investigation.
And I was convinced that it indicated the time of the crime. 2 women involved in the Armstrong case.
Let us not forget our patient here. There are 3 women.
Look,
Really
she
looks.
seems to be waking up.
He said he ruled out one of the stories. To rule something out is to exclude it.
What's happening to me? Did I fall asleep again?
Indeed, Mademoiselle Locke.
Here we go, everybody. We're back on the pills. Back on the pills with Class A.
Did you take any medication? Sleeping pills, for example?
No, I never use sleeping pills.
I inspected your cup. You can clearly see that there is a residue of something at the bottom. I'm sure a lab test would confirm you were drugged. Most likely an overdose. That would explain your battle to shake off the effects.
You think Fräulein Schmidt did it?
She certainly had the most opportunity, but why would she?
But no one knew who I was. It's impossible that someone deliberately targeted me.
So he was drugged. So another word for being drugged is spiked, to spike someone. You often hear these stories that somebody is in a bar or a club and somebody puts a drug into their drink or something and then they're completely out of it. It's to spike, so they got spiked. So maybe she was drugged or she was spiked by Hildegard? Choose the 2 most likely suspects to have drugged Miss Locke. Hildegard. No. No, the Italian, no. Although the Italian is suspiciously quiet, isn't he? Yeah. There's been no finger pointed at him for anything. This guy, the detective he was watching, who was out? There was 2 people. She was asleep. She did give someone. She was drink. Michelle.
Fräulein Schmidt.
He's the guard.
Michel may have drugged the tea that Mademoiselle Locke drank.
There was 2 people.
Fräulein Schmidt or Pierre Michel could have drugged your tea. They are really the only 2 people on this train who could have done it.
Her
But
roommate
why would either one
or the guard.
Mr. Poirot, I'm feeling much better. I'd like to bring you up to date. to why I ended up on this train.
If you are able, I would very much like you to finish your story.
Very well then. After the Daisy Armstrong case was officially closed,
Okay, we're going
I put out a
into
standing request to the police departments in the Boston area for anything on Michael Clark. But he didn't turn up on their radar. I even set up an anonymous tip line for news about Clark. That's how I met Braid. A sketchy contact on the dark web, but they found nothing I could use.
okay, we're going back into this side mission, you know. We've had this twice before. Oh no, okay. I thought we were going back to Boston. Hercule Poirot is 1920 to 1975. Ah, yeah, look.
4 long years passed without anything
Okay.
new. Every day
Oh, no.
I looked at the evidence board I put up in my apartment bedroom. Then this morning, a police report landed on my desk that changed everything.
It's not a good idea when you've got an
I paid a
evidence
visit
board
to the
on your
police property
apartment
room
wall.
and took home a box full of clues. There was his name. Michael Clark.
Of course, there's a very famous kind of choreographer in England called Michael Clark. I doubt if it's the same person though. Yeah, it's not a good sign when you have an evidence board on your bedroom wall. What have we got? So this is one of these sidetracks. This is why it's a bit different from the last Hercule game, because sometimes we play as Joanne Locke. This will be a looking at the cat, looking at the birds. Okay, we got a computer, we have a printer, we've got an evidence board, and this is a box of information. Jesus, we've got loads of them. Some kind of like modern art, darling. Book. Moby Dick, Herman Melville. You know, I have to admit, I have never read this book, X. He is, of course, the grandfather of Moby. You know, the DJ, Moby. So, yeah, I've never read it. Okay, we're going to finish it there. It is nearly 10 past 1 here on a Sunday, so that's about an hour and a half. We've moved through we've moved through the puzzles. There's quite a few puzzles there. There was the watch, the Russian doll, the fruit juicer, the musical box. Again, like they said, there was the recipe. We had to move the bags around, all kinds of things. We're moving into the side story there with Joanne to continue. I'm really enjoying this game. I really, really like it. The puzzles, they're not too bad. I'm kind of figuring out how to do them now, you know, so they're quite straightforward when your mind understands what they want you to do. I'm going to finish it there. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. We'll continue, and I guess we just entered another chapter, so we're probably on 6 or 7 episode or chapter 6 or 7. Anyway, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't. It really, really helps me. I'd really appreciate it. We're tiny channels. It's Class A plus English. I'm an English teacher, mostly online, you know, living in Spain, and I'm playing these games to kind of explain vocabulary, you know, so I'm playing story-driven games to help people build their vocabulary. But of course, you don't need to be an English learner, you know, anybody. All these games, I've been playing Hercule Poirot, there's Batman, we did The Walking Dead. Quite interesting, but they're kind of story-driven games rather than Fortnite or Call of Duty or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm going to leave you there. It's Sunday afternoon. It's time for lunch. It's nearly just after 1 o'clock here. I hope you're well. I hope you're good, and have a great day. And I will be back Monday, no, but definitely during the week, during the week, Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. I'll be back, and we'll continue there with Joanne's. She's filling us in on the story about her pursuit of Michael Clark, Cassetti, Ratchet, whatever this guy's name is. Yeah, there's a lot. We can point the finger at a lot of people at the moment, so it's getting kind of interesting, I think. I hope you're well anyway. Take care. I'll see you soon. Good luck. Bye-bye.